Go beyond Fortnite.
Hey everyone, Old Man YT Gamer here. Thanks for clicking on the video. And if you haven't subbed yet, I hope you will sub the channel. So today we're going to be talking about some of the more of the visual effects that I used in the Victoria Saint series. If you haven't checked it out yet, go watch those videos and then come right back here and you can see some of the behind the scenes here. But yeah, totally awesome. Those videos are packed full of visual effects. And so, anyways, specifically, I'm going to be talking about the masking effect that I used in the third act for the train scene where Victoria's actually sleeping and you're seeing the trees and the scenery go by or whatever, sort of give it the sense that she's on a train and it's moving. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go into creative. All right, so we're just going to load up the map where the set is. So Victoria Saint 1. All right, so here we have it. This is actually the inside of the train car. You can see I put a blue screen right behind the window here to make it easier for me when I uh, do the masking effect. But yeah, so basically what it is, I just kind of use like the regular walls from a house and the bed and some of the props that you just get from like a regular building. But then, as you can see, so like for the opening in the window, we've got all blue there, and that will kind of help me to know where the edges are of the window panes. So that way, when we create our mask, we'll be able to get that lined up and everything. All right.
Okay, so before we dive into this, I should probably pause for a second and explain what masking is. So, masking from a visual effects standpoint is where we either hide or reveal a portion of a video clip or a screenshot or something like that. So that's basically what it is. So it's kind of like you're cutting stuff out, and you're either doing that in such a way that you're hiding a portion or you're revealing a portion. So keep that in mind, and we're gonna go ahead and dive into this effect. Okay, everyone. So now we're ready to go ahead and do our masking effect. So let's go ahead and grab our animated clip, which is going to be our A-roll clip. We're going to drag and drop that onto our timeline here. And so basically what I did though is how I got created this was I made a map in Fortnite Creative, added the trees, added the brush, the bushes, and the fences, and then basically went back into the replay and used the drone-free camera and ran it parallel to all of this stuff. And obviously, I made sure to run it in the correct direction, so that way the train would look as though it was going forwards and not backwards. So that way, I made sure to get that animation all good and everything. Okay, so really we don't need this whole clip, obviously. We just want to do like maybe 4 or 5 seconds of it. So we're going to trim the clip down to the portion that we want. And then what we'll do is take and drag that and drop it on our timeline. And then we'll expand the timeline out so you can see the clips a bit better here. Let's see where it goes. We're just going to kind of trim this to make it the length that we want. Then yeah, so you can see how this is moving here. So it's going the correct direction and everything. But that'll be the animated portion. Now this is actually just a screenshot of that wall, of that window from the room that I showed you earlier. It's just a screenshot. And then what we're going to do is add our mask to that, and then that will reveal the animated portion underneath. So we're going to add this to our B-roll of film here. We're going to go ahead and trim this clip so it's the same length as our A-roll clip. And just kind of move this around, just make sure everything's lined up correctly. It looks pretty good. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our mask. All right, so we're going to go into the Final Cut Pro effects library. We're going to drag and drop the mask effect onto our clip here. Boop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw our control points on the B-roll clip in the place that we either want to remove or add in. Okay. All right, there we go. Just kind of follow the edge of the window pane. So now obviously what we want to do is you want to show everything else and we want to make the blue go away. So what we're going to do is we're going to invert. There's an invert option right here. We're going to click that and then that'll bring back everything that we want. So now as you can see, we'll just kind of adjust this a little bit, but it reveals the animated A-roll down on the bottom there. Okay. And there you go. Look at that. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to add a second mask, so that we can mask out the top pane of this window. We'll just go ahead and add our control points here, one by one. Now, obviously, depending upon the shape that you want to mask out, you may need more or less control points. It just depends. So you just kind of play it by ear. All right, so we have our mask, and then what we're going to do is we're going to invert this mask as well. Let's go over there to the effects list, and there we go. So now we've got our masks added to the B-roll clip here. And we're just going to kind of adjust this a little bit, just make sure all the blue is on there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so there we have it. So now you can see the animated background there, and it gives you the feeling as though the train car is actually moving. So that's pretty cool. All right, very good.
Okay, everyone. I hope that was helpful. That's how you do masking. Also, too, hey, if you haven't checked out the Victoria Saint series, go ahead and check those out. We certainly appreciate the support and the views. I'll leave the links in the description down there. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.